How's it going, everybody? This is the
Yeah.
Internet Screwjob back at it again with another episode. We're bringing you AEW Dynamite review for August 19th, 2026. We got the Wrestling Rage Bader, myself here tonight. We got a phenomenal catalyst of wrestling, and we got JRV, aka Kenny. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Um, so why don't we just go ahead and get into it? AEW tonight was in Baltimore with
Yep.
all in London, getting closer and closer. This episode was basically about adding gasoline to almost every major storyline heading into Wembley.
By the way, shout out to Baltimore because that crowd was amazing.
It was.
It was. Baltimore always have a good crowd whenever they
Yeah.
come to
To me,
Baltimore.
Baltimore is a really passionate wrestling town.
Yeah.
But to open the show, we had Will Ospreay reuniting with members of the United Empire.
Yep. Francisco and Kira and her Henare.
Mm-hmm. What you say?
I said the other two members were Francisco and Kira and Henare.
Yep. Which was a pretty pleasant surprise. They took on Brian Cage, Lance Archer, and Rocky Romero of the Don Callis family.
Yep. That was a pretty good match.
It was. I think that anytime United Empire is in a match, like, it's always going to be a banger. Like, it don't matter who are they against because it's all just good talent in there.
Yeah.
Like, anytime Will Ospreay's in the ring, it's going to be a 5-star banger.
Of course.
Like,
Also, what y'all don't know is Will Ospreay is only all right with Akira and Hanare. Right now, he's still in the road of mending the way through whole.
Yeah, we don't really know what's going on with him and Callum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Callum's still not fucking with him.
Yep. And after the banger of a match, United Empire gets the victory. I think Ospreay has gained some much needed momentum before All In, but after he also sent a message toward his fellow United Empire member Callum Newman, telling him to pick up his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I think is, like, even though, like, he had United Empire with them tonight, there's going to be some unfinished business. Like, there's still some stuff left on the table and good enough story to tell there.
But I think by the time Wrestle Kingdom come January 4th, 2027, they could be on one accord, or they'll see Will Ospreay take on Case Keenum to settle their differences.
Huh?
I said by January 4th, 2027, their little bickering be over with, either a match, or they're just gonna put their grievances aside.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Next thing we had was
the next thing that we had was Renee Paquette speaking with Okada about the 3-way international championship match, which is going to be match of the night, by the way. All In. You can write that down. August 19th, 2026. That might be the best match of the year.
Yeah. I did like, so basically Okada basically says something along the lines of, as long as the belt stays in the family, that's cool. But if I win, Kyle, you have to raise my hand in victory and be happy on the belt.
Yep.
I'm like, this motherfucker right here.
And he also said, like, the most important thing was making sure that the international championship remained inside the family.
Dude, that's why I think that's why I think Takeshi's winning. But we'll get to that.
Yep.
And then it led to Kyle coming out to the ring and cutting a promo, basically talking about, what Okada said. And then he goes into talking about how much he hates Takeshita. And the alpha of professional wrestling has finally returned to AEW.
Right.
Man, seeing Takeshita, I was really hyped. Came in, whooped the ass, and then freaking, lift the belt, which, but we're not at the go home show yet. So,
right. And, they sounded supportive on the surface, but you can already feel the tension underneath that you already know this is leading
Pro
to.
Okada is about to explode, bro.
Yep. Explode.
My question is, who do you think is going to
fashion.
leave? Is it going to be Kyle who leaves the family, or is it going to be Okada that leaves the family?
It'll be Okada.
It's probably going to be Okada because there's so much more left on the table with Kyle Fletcher. He probably needs the elevation of the Don Callis family. Like Okada was already a made man before even signing with AEW.
And the only reason why Okada joined was because Don Callis said, "I can get you a championship." Without championship, Don Callis don't want most people around.
Right.
That's true.
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
And then to kick off the next segment,
Sit down, Kenny and Will.
Yep.
And that was really good. I really enjoyed the when they started talking about the pandemic and how he told how Will told Kenny, like, for the pandemic, it was for 3 hours. It was a 3-hour drive. For me, it was a 15-hour long ass flight. And then not only that, I got shoved in a room closet in a hotel. It's like, I'm like, dang, you went through it during that time. And then, New Japan wasn't doing the best financially as well. He was the champion. Have you ever seen his interview with MVP?
Yes.
Remember, he told about how Ospreay talked about how, when he won the title, it exhausted him.
Right.
So, like, seeing what, like, I was like, I understand you had to take 15-hour flights from UK to freaking Japan. You had to be locked up in a room. Like, I understand why you were tired at those times. And then, Kenny basically being like, you're not good enough to win the big one. And basically, Ospreay saying why he is going to be the guy to take the belt off of Kenny.
Yeah, and, it's that usual trope in wrestling. You can't win the big one, and then he finally ends up winning the big one. I just feel like it's Ospreay's time. Like, finally, like, it's time for him to carry AEW now. How long he holds the title for, I don't know, because with AEW, you never know, because Darby Allin, he was a transitional champion.
Yep.
Like, you never know.
We'll get to that match. We'll get to that segment later. So,
yep.
What you think?
It's definitely gonna be amazing.
Yeah, that segment was good. You have Ospreay responding, saying he needs to win, and right now they essentially tied 1-1. But Will Ospreay came out his mouth saying, "I did not want to win that way with Screwdriver." And over the 3 years, he's been fighting and trying to get through this. So he basically said, "I want to beat you fair and square," because both matches between them two had Don Callis in their corners. Yeah, and Omega responded to saying he will fail, just like in 2023, he will fail in front of his family, and brings up that after Wembley, his son gonna need a new hero after All In. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that later as well. All right. So the next match was the Fatal 4-Way, which was probably the match I was nervous the most. Maya World versus Statlander versus Sita versus Persephone.
I remember we were talking about it earlier. You were definitely nervous about that,
bro. Because like, dude, let's be real. You have one woman who's a current champion of CMLL. You have a woman who has won the world title 3 times and was the last TBS champion. And then you have the woman who was the first woman to win the TBS title and the AEW Women's Championship.
Yeah.
So yeah, the odds were stacked against her, to say the least.
Right. And I definitely agree with you there too, because it's just like I want after losing her brother in a car crash. Wasn't it a car crash?
Rest in peace to her brother.
Yeah, rest in peace to her brother. And after having that banger of a match with Mercedes at Forbidden Door, I'm just like, I've been, pun fully intended, I've been all in with Maya World.
Yeah.
And actually had the pleasure of meeting her while I was in Minnesota at WrestleCon.
Shout out.
Very, very sweet, very humble person. Got to talk to her for a little bit, and she said that was her crowning achievement, the match with Mercedes so far. Yeah, like she's doing great. Like she's naturally, organically over with the crowd, and I just love that for her. Like, and she's still got a lot. She's just like at the tip of the iceberg of her career because she's only 24.
Yeah, bro. I love is that with her. Like it started off kind of quiet, with the Sky Blue match and everything. But the more she started wrestling, the more people started, getting interest, started knowing her, started seeing what she could do. Like you could start seeing the crowd start chanting her a lot louder. So it's really nice to see that.
Right. I completely get that.
But we do need to talk about Statlander. Do you think she's about to turn heel soon?
Probably.
Because she looked really peeved at the end of that match.
I like the idea of having a heel Chris Statlander.
Honestly, she's better as a heel than she is a face.
Huh?
I think she's better as a heel than she is a face. No disrespect to her as a face, because she's decent as a face, but
she just got the physical presence of a heel. Yeah.
Like her and Stokely were a really fun team.
They were.
What you think of the match, Catalyst?
The match, like you said before, when it comes to AEW, they got history of making title reigns shorter. The difference between Maya World and Darby is we knew Darby was a transition champion. Maya World, I think she's doing a good job with the title reign. She could keep it for a bit longer. I do see her eventually dropping it on a PLE, not on TV. Now, Persephone and Sheeta is heels already. I don't see Chris turning heel, but she could develop a more aggressive face side for Sheeta and Persephone.
Maybe.
And also, after that, we had Brawling Birds vowing to win the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships.
Which, honestly, they will.
Yes. It's a hometown. And at the end of the night, we have the iconic newlyweds, Will Ospreay and Alex Windsor holding championship together.
Which I'm all for. That's a good way. That would be a good way to end the show.
Yeah.
Now, moving right into the next segment, we got Jon Moxley versus Jay White for the Continental Challenge Cup quarterfinal.
I
knew I was going to get a side from you, Kenny. I knew it.
Look, I don't hate Moxley, and honestly, he's been doing great wonders with this belt. But man, Jay White really needed this win, bro. Bro, this is the same dude who got reverse jumped by a one-legged MJF. Did we not forget that? This was the same guy who got dog walked by a 60-year-old Billy Gunn. This was the same guy, and I don't want it to go wild, but let's be for real. The Death Riders left this man laying out, beat his ass up so badly that they had him looking like he was at the Diddy party at 3 a.m. So it was bad. Like it was bad. Like I'm like, bro, he needs this win. And honestly, I wouldn't mind if Moxley loses and we have to crown a new champion as well. That would be like, but it's like I know what the most likely case was, but it's like, ah, he really needed this.
I feel like that John Moxley is always the safe bet when it comes to storylines like this because
I know,
Moxley's always been reliable for
I
AEW.
know,
So
I
yeah.
know,
hmm
but still,
But still, I'm with you on the on Jay White getting him getting his moment, especially after him coming back from injury too.
for
It's just
real, man. Like he's been
he,
injured most of his time in AEW, and it sucks.
right.
It really does.
He's an incredible talent. Like anybody that watched this stuff with New Japan, this is just like y'all already know what Jay White's capable of.
Yeah.
He's run
But
with
like
the
I said,
Bullet
like
Club.
it also would have just helped out because again, these dudes had really bad booking. So like giving them something that's actually
Exactly.
good. And I hope they actually do keep up his momentum after this. Because he does because I think honestly, hot take,
hmm
Orange Cassidy should have never dropped the belt to John Moxley. He should have
Yep.
dropped the belt to Jay White.
Yep.
You could have avoided a lot of situations if you did that.
Yeah, I agree. Before I would say this, yeah, I knew John Moxley was going to beat Jay White, but I do agree with y'all. Mox is going to more likely lose the Continental Championship in the tournament, but I don't think he could lose to the finals. But regarding Jay White, I agree with y'all. Said Jay White, like Wrestling Rage said, Jay White was one of the pillars of New Japan with Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and more. And
I don't think he was quite a pillar. I just think he was a cog because if we're talking the pillars of New Japan,
yeah,
it's
yeah. I mean,
Osprey, Omega, Okada.
no. When I say pillar, I mean like building. Because you know
Yeah. He
all
was a
them
good
left,
cog in the machine.
yeah. Once they left, Jay White stepped up. So what I
Right.
was saying was Jay White should have been like you said he should. Osisa dropped to Jay White. Jay White right now I believe should have been in the world title picture by now,
Yeah.
but he's not. After the match, we have Jay
After that
White
match,
is down. Jay White is down and
yeah, the
beaten.
dogs attacked him.
The dogs attacked him. We have the conglomeration come out to save.
And Gabe
We
Kidd
have
returns.
we have
Mm-hmm.
return of Gabe Kidd from
Which I'm
G1
a fan of.
Climax. Roddy tried to even the odds. Just leads up to um Rodito and Hangman
Hangman.
coming out here late in the challenge.
By the way, man, shout out Heyman for calling out Clark Connor's ugly ass boots.
Yep,
Them
yep.
just was ugly as hell.
Really was.
Then we got the demand coming out there. And I mean not the demand, the admirals and the sidekicks
Mm-hmm.
welcoming an all out tag team title match with any team that want to step up at Wembley.
Mm-hmm.
So what I take from that is we about to get the dogs, the tag champs, probably both GOA and Ricochet and Swirl and Jay Lethal.
Mm-hmm.
And we also go get Swerve Strickland and the New Day and also the dogs as
We'll get to
well.
that in a second.
Yeah, we'll get to that
But
in a second.
I do want to talk about. I don't know what they're gonna do. It seems like we're gonna do like a crazy treat, like maybe a stadium stampede with the trios titles on the line. And then the other thing is that the swirl is working with the demand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could have won the titles.
I
Yep.
don't think I don't think the lethal twist. I don't think the demand are winning the titles. I think it's going to be Swerve's team, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Another day.
Yeah. Ricochet and the Demand are issuing an open challenge for All In.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Hangman them.
So can't wait to see that.
Next up, we got.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Next up, Nick, what you about to say?
Next up, we got Renee Paquette speaking with Maya World following her successful title defense. And Maya, she seemed really proud of beating those challengers. Nobody gave her a shot. And then Willow Nightingale walked in, who's the AEW Women's Champion, and she reminded her of her promise.
Yeah.
Willow said that Maya received the first championship if she defeats Tekla, which I can't wait to see that match either.
Yeah.
But then,
we also had Jonathan Cruz start talking shit just for Andrade to come back, beat him in a match for the international title, just out of nowhere.
Right.
He calls out MJF. MJF's in Long Island, and he basically MJF is like, I'm better than you and you know it, and I'm going to win the gauntlet.
Classic MJF shtick.
Yeah, basically classic MJF shit. And of course, Andrade ends it with "How you know."
Mm-hmm.
After delivering another DM to freaking Jonathan Cruz.
Right. Bouncing from that segment to the next, Mercedes Moné is interviewed. Mercedes Moné and Willow Nightingale are interviewed at separate locations, and can I just say that the beef that these two have, it's just you can really feel it. I know
this is a fantastic
rivalry.
This is fantastic, bro.
I love it.
It will be perfect if they have Willow win it. I'm being real.
The two most talented, women in AEW, you could say honestly, easily.
Yes.
Yeah, but like you said, this feud is on site. It's all correlates to the start where Mercedes beat Willow for the New Japan Strong Openweight Champion. I think so.
Willow beat Mercedes for that when Mercedes legitimately broke her ankle.
Yeah. Then lead on to Willow beating Mercedes for the TBS Championship.
Mercedes beat Willow.
Yep. And now we on the third matchup where everything Mercedes have done led up to here have something to do with Willow in the mirror of her. And she's trying to get the thorn off her. Which, like Kenny said, I hope Willow do retain.
Right. Here's the thing about Willow retaining is that it legitimizes her as up there with the Mercedes and the Tonys. And she actually deserves that. Because she's put in the work, she's busted her ass off, literally being a fan, being basically an audience member from the pandemic, to where she's becoming the first AEW Women's Triple Crown. That's amazing, just in on itself, real shit. And again, you have her win this. She is a made woman. And honestly, if you're gonna have somebody dethrone her, I wouldn't mind Persephone. Because if you do have Mercedes lose,
I'm cool with that either. I'm cool with that too. Sorry.
Because if you do have Mercedes lose, she's gonna turn face.
Yeah, I think Mercedes win the title. I think Mercedes win the title for the end of the year, but just not immediately. I can see World's End.
I don't even know. I don't even know it would be that long. I'm thinking if they do it, if they do have her lose, wait till Revolution at least.
I can see that.
Backstage, what was I going to say? Back then,
they did get into a pull-apart brawl.
Yeah.
Well, next up,
Next up is
Continental Cup Challenge.
wait. We gotta talk about Swerve Strickland and Hangman.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Swerve Strickland got his eyes on the trios title, and he said that Hangman Page said that he could choose anybody as his two partners. And when he says anybody, he meant anybody.
Yeah.
So I think the writing's on the wall. I think it's going to be Kofi and Xavier debuting the AEW after WWE completely did them 30 with the contract situation.
Yeah.
Especially Kofi, considering Kofi's been there for almost 2 decades. Like we gonna do a video like at a later date about how TKO is rotten WWE from within.
Yeah.
We gonna get to him. Don't worry, we on your heads, TKO. We got you. You will have your day in court.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was basically Swerve and Hangman in a nutshell. And then we move on to our next match, the Continental Challenge Cup with Nigel McGuinness and I keep forgetting how to pronounce his name.
Hechicero?
Yeah.
That was a pretty good match. Very technical. I'm glad. I hope Nigel's okay when it comes to his freaking foot.
Right. Credit to Nigel for powering through it, though.
Yeah.
Like for real, like he's goated for that.
Oh, for sure.
But I definitely get Nigel McGuinness credit. That man is working double duty right now.
Yeah.
Both Ring of Honor and in this tournament right here.
Yeah.
Where instead of him wrestling again next Wednesday, he wrestling this Friday.
Yep.
Against somebody against Lee Moriarty.
One of my favorites.
We'll get to that another day.
Yep, we'll get to that when we get to talk about Death Before Dishonor.
Yep. Next up, you anything to say before I continue?
We start with Darby and Kevin Knight, basically.
Yep. Kevin Knight called out Darby for a jab. And this man, Kevin Knight, said, wait, before you come down here, do you have any weapons? I left my family in the back. As long as you ain't got no weapons, you good. All right. And we get the pyro attack trap where Alan get Alan get hit with pyrotechs, or he get a coast to coast with a chair in his neck, and now he have a neck brace on.
Yep.
And we have Sting's son, Stephen Gordon, and the medical crew taking Darby to the back by load him up in the ambulance, where Kevin Knight might be having a match against Steve Gordon on the way up. What do you think about it?
I don't understand how they turned that shit into like they really made Darby Allin do some Jeff Hardy shit.
Right. Which was honestly to me, like I think was moment of the night for me.
Yeah. That was just so unexpected. Like, hey yo, what the fuck? This man comes running down and you see freaking Kevin Knight hit him with the freaking belt.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This game coast to coast with the chairs. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm not.
We gotta give Darby props. Darby is doing everything you want to do, being free as a bird, doing all these bumps, doing all these, going through glass, doing, getting tossed off of buildings, tossed off of stairs, everything, all because he like doing this.
Yeah,
Darby does scare me though.
It does.
It scares me. I like Darby a lot, and credit to him for him doing like the stunts that he does in this match. But I don't want him to take some years off his life, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I do respect what he does though.
Yeah.
Like he puts himself through to entertain us to give us a good show.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, shout out Darby.
Yeah, we appreciate you over here, Darby.
And then we got
Main event.
the last match, which was our main event, which was the Elite versus the Don Callis family.
Yep.
Davis Doyle Law Firm and El Clone.
Yep.
And this was pretty fun for what it was.
What?
I kind of wish Doyle didn't take the pin because we need to have stronger big dudes. But other than that, it was a pretty fun match.
Right.
But everything happened at the end with the Don Callis family jumping the Elite, which led to Cope and Cage coming out.
Yep.
And they were helping out for a little bit, and they had, was it Rocky? Was it Cage that had Rocky in his hands, and then Rocky dipped out, and he actually got super kicked, which led to Cope and Cage getting mad at the Elite. Which led to, was it more members of the Callis family coming out?
Yep.
And then they all started getting into a brawl, which left Kenny all alone. And then Ospreay then you hear Ospreay's music. And he starts talking shit. And then Kenny is in the ring and he says, I got only one thing to say to you, Ospreay. Security, get him out of here. Security, go. And then I was like, really? That's where you're at? That's the type of shit you're playing?
I think that was kind of corny. I'm not going to lie.
And then, of course, Kenny said, that's why you're still going to be a Brit bitch or some shit like that. And he's like, and then Ospreay's like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you, fucking. And then just threw the mic and just started beating his ass. Which led to Kenny getting the advantage and then putting him through the table with a one-winged angel.
Crazy work.
Yeah. And that's how Dynamite ended.
Yep.
See, what I think about that is the two-time AEW Trio Champion, the Elite, they got the win like I expected. And, of course, we're going to get the rest of Don Callis family jumping the Elite. I expect that.
Yeah.
Part that got me is Christian Cage is standing on top of the ramp while Kobe gets his ass worked.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. Pretty good, really good episode tonight. The show accomplished a lot. We got Will Ospreay reuniting with the United Empire and picking up the victory. And destroying Kyle Fletcher. Maya World surviving her 3 biggest challengers yet. Moxley advancing. Dave Kidd returning. Hangman Page issuing his challenge for the Trios title. Andrade completely cooking MJF's messenger. Sadie's and Will Nightingale proving their feud move way beyond championship competition. Nigel McGuinness having a good tournament run. Kevin Knight trying to kill Darby Allin, basically. And finally, Kenny Omega stopped treating Will Ospreay like his successor and started treating him like his enemy. If you want to see it that way, that's how I see it.
That brings up the biggest question now. Kenny, you're up first. Your favorite, least favorite, unexpected moment, and disappointed moment, and then any extras you want to add on the end.
All right. I'll say my favorite moment is probably there are so many good moments on this show that I don't know. I'll probably say the Fatal 4-Way just because Maya retained. Yeah, I'll say my least favorite moment, definitely probably, and I wouldn't even say it was really that bad. It was meant to be a comedic moment, but it would probably be what was it, Andrade and Jonathan Cruz. I understand it was a funny moment. I laughed at it, but overall, it didn't really do much. And then probably my most surprising moment would probably go to Darby Allin getting Jeff Hardy. And I didn't really have a disappointing moment, though. So Yeah, this was an overall, like, for me, 9, maybe 9.5 out of 10 episode for me.
Okay, fair enough.
What about you?
Okay, for my favorite moment, I think it was probably just the ending segment. Kenny Omega just like putting BTA to Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
Basically, because like it was just what this rivalry needed going into All In. Just like just need to add more fuel to the rivalry. An honorable mention: Mercedes and Willow Nightingale.
Of
Because
course.
like that rivalry, that's on course for being rivalry of the year. If we're being honest.
It's honestly the
Um.
best story going on in All In.
Mm-hmm. Um. My least favorite moment, I'm gonna agree with you, Kenny, about the MJF segment with Andrade. I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's to me. I know they're both capable of better. And my most surprising moment was Gabe Kidd returning.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Solid 8 out of 10 for this episode for me.
Uh, what about you, Kenny? What out of 10?
I said like a 9 out of 10.
Oh, you know. All right. My I have a disappointing moment because unlike WWE, AEW be putting us good promoting good matches and segments and stuff. My unexpected is Gabe Kidd returning and Konosuke Takeshita.
Mm-hmm.
Least favorite, I agree with y'all. John Cruz cutting a promo and Andrade putting him away in 10 seconds. Less than 10
Basically.
seconds in
So we
general.
all agree. So we all agree that was the worst worst moment of this episode.
That's
Yeah,
the
that
only
was
that's
definitely the
the
worst moment.
that's the only bad thing about the Dynamite episode. Every other thing
Basically,
was good.
yep. Basically.
Alright, now my favorite is the ending of the Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have the I can't say Death Rider version of Will Ospreay. You have the Death Rider version of um the other side of Will Ospreay that he had engineered versus the cleaner. The best
Mm-hmm.
he got Will Ospreay brought the best out of Kenny Omega for this match coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's all I got for that.
No,
All right.
that was Dynamite. What would you rate it out of 10?
Um I do 9 out of 10. It's only bad, like I said, only bad 9.5 out of 10. Only bad thing was John Cruz man. John
Yeah.
Cruz segment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also got Andrade calling MJF something in Spanish. We don't it's probably something bad, but yeah.
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 But I guess that does it for the show.
Yep.
Yep. I enjoy Dynamite tonight. But I think that's it. I think that's where we conclude tonight's review.
Yeah, and tomorrow we will be coming in here to do a pre-show on the Ring of Honor event coming up what is going on Friday, where we talk
Mhm.
about our prediction, what we think about the card, and our expectation of the PLE. Tomorrow, a little bit after 8ish, but I'll see you soon.
All
Mhm.
right. Yep.
All right.
All right. Y'all take care.